What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. On this channel, we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update. So I want to break down some technicals going over S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, but also breaking down from a technical standpoint for stocks that tomorrow are going to be on the very top of my personal watch list. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And what can I say, guys? The bulls killed it today. Unbelievable. We had a great day, a great green day all across the board. Russell 2000 went up today 1.44%. Nasdaq went up 1.73%. Dow Jones went up 1.56%. And the S&P 500 ended up going up 1.71%. And this morning, we had important and sensitive economic data coming out. So first of all, jobless claims came out better than expected at 293,000 new claims, 36,000 fewer than the prior week. And you guys know that for the most part, the main inflationary measure of the US is the CPI data report. And today we got the producer price index, which would be the second most important inflationary measure of the US. This is for the most part a measure, a data that measures inflation from the perspective of producers. So the estimate for the producer price index was an increase month over month of 0.6%, whereas the report showed an increase of 0.5%, better than expected. So yesterday we had an inflation report, let's say the CPI data report, which came out a bit worse than expected. But now with the PPI data report showing a better figure relative to what the markets were waiting for, I think that definitely the markets are starting to look past the inflation issue, at least momentarily. We still need to wait for the CPI data report of October, November, and so forth. But as of now, I think that the markets are believing, and I said this in yesterday's video, that inflation is being caused mainly by disruptions in supply chains, and that's the reason why we had this unbelievable green day all across the board. And before going over the S&P 500, I want to take a look at the sectors that trade inside the S&P 500. We have a green day all across the board. When it comes to the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P, the 11 sectors closed today's trading session in positive territory, led by materials. Materials killed it today, guys, up 2.44%. The tech sector was the second best performing sector, going up 2.23%. And the financial sector, another very important sector, or the second most important sector of the S&P 500, recovered a bit, or recovered 100% the losses that it took yesterday's, and it went up today 1.63%. And you guys know that whenever the tech sector and the financial sector go up at the same time, that's the perfect recipe for a green day. Not all across the board, but at least a green day in the S&P 500. And before going over the S&P, before breaking down the S&P, I want to show you guys, because I am always showing you the trades that I take that I take during the trading session. So today I purchased the NEO 3237 call spread for $266. This spread is going to expire in January. Let me see, what's the expiration date of this? Yeah, January 21st. So I am pretty much convinced. I am pretty sure that NEO is going to be at $37 or above $37 by January 21st. So I think that this was easy money. I am going to make $266 by having purchased this bull call spread. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500. And as I said in the introduction of this video, the S&P went up today 1.71% and it closed today's trading session at 4,438 points. So let me zoom in here, the 4-hour chart, and take a look at what happened, guys. So the picture of the S&P is definitely changing. And why? Well, because the bulls managed to close today's trading session above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. This is extremely bullish, and they are about to test an important area of overhead resistance at 4,441 points, 44.41. So I'm thinking, guys, that since 44.41 is a previous area of support back from, this was September 15, and also back from August 11, and at the same time we are also talking about a former area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of the S&P failed on 2 occasions back in early August. So the only task that I would request the bulls to accomplish in tomorrow's trading session would be closing above 44.43. But the fact that, as of now, the bulls are trading above the moving averages, this 180 SMA and the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, implies that they are taking control once again of the S&P 500, no doubt about it, guys. So, and since the relative strength index of the S&P is at 64 points, what I would like to see tomorrow would be the bulls, as I just said, reconquering this former area of support and resistance at 44.44 and starting to trade sideways for at least 2 or 3 trading sessions, so the relative strength index can cool off a bit. And after that, afterwards, let's say in 3 or 4 trading sessions, then maybe the bulls can make another huge push to the upside and maybe take on 44.74. But in my case, I think that there is no hurry. We don't want to go higher in a very aggressive way. The best case scenario for the bulls would be going up or going higher in a slow and steady, let's say, way. That would be the most the healthy scenario for the bulls of the S&P 500. And in the case of the bears, guys, they are in a very tough situation here. As I just said, I believe that in technical terms, the bulls are taking control of the S&P 500, taking back control of the S&P. And in the case of the bulls, they would have to bring the S&P down to 43.76 and maybe try to break this 50 SMA and the 4-hour chart to the downside. That might bring the bulls back in the game. But as of now, everything is changing. And I have told you guys that from a seasonality standpoint, the worst season or the worst days of the year go from early September until October 15. And guess what? October 14. So this might be it, guys, for the, let's say, semi-correction that we have seen since early September in the S&P 500. And in the case of the NDX, the Nasdaq 100, this index went up today 1.88%. I already told you that the tech sector was the second best performing sector inside the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq 100 closed today's trading session at 15,052 points. And in the case of the NDX, there's still hope for the bears. And why? Well, because the next task, and very important task, that the bulls of the NDX are going to have to carry out is going to be taking on this 180 SMA right at 15,130 points. Remember, guys, that 15,150 points is a critical area in technical terms for the Nasdaq 100. We are talking about a former area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of the NDX already failed on 9 occasions. And at the same time, we are also talking about a former area of support back from August 23rd. So, in my opinion, and I just said this, the bulls already regained control of the S&P 500, and in the case of the NDX, if the bulls manage to close tomorrow's trading session above 15,150 points each, And if they manage to close the trading session above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, then that is going to be good night, Irene, for the bears of the NDX. But I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. Let's wait to see what happens. But everything is looking definitely way better for the bulls in both indices, NDX and the S&P 500. And now let's go ahead and take a look at AMC Entertainment. And take a look, guys. Let me zoom in here quickly. So AMC went up today 5.70%. Very good job for my dear apes. And AMC closes today's trading session at $40.07. Take a look at the spot, guys, in which the bulls of AMC failed today, right at this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $42. Exactly. Keep in mind that $42 is a previous area of support that acted as such on 2 occasions back in early September, and we are also talking about a former area of support back from the beginning of June. So this is crystal clear over here, guys. The bulls need to burst above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and they also need to start to consolidate slightly above $42 in order to gather momentum to make a push higher and test the other important area of overhead resistance for AMC at $46. $46 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of AMC failed on August 30th, and they also failed back on July 21st. So watch out tomorrow for AMC. I think that someone invested $500,000, guys, in AMC calls that are going to expire tomorrow with, guess what, a strike price of $45. So don't be surprised if tomorrow AMC takes on $42 on good volume and momentum and fills this gap up to $46. So watch out for good old AMC Entertainment. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the second stock of this video. Hey, by the way, guys, I was almost forgetting about showing you guys this. This is something that I am going to show you just to have, a bit of fun. So this is a tweet, guys, that was sent to Michael Burry on October 10 at 11:13 a.m. And it says, "How is that Tesla short going, Burry?" And what did he do? Mr. Burry blocked whoever sent him this tweet. And I wonder, how is that Tesla short going, Mr. Burry? And mind you, guys, we don't really know how much money Burry invested against Tesla because he purchased put options. So we don't know the strike price. We don't know the expiration date of those puts. So the media made a mountain out of a molehill. Maybe the media said that Burry was investing something like $80 million against Tesla. That's absolutely false. That isn't the truth. Because in this case, I think that with the puts that he purchased, he was taking control. If those puts happen to expire in the money, whenever those puts expire, so Burry was going to gain control of $83 million worth of Tesla shares. So that is something absolutely different, relative to shorting Tesla the traditional way. Purchasing or investing $83 million, to purchase Tesla shares, to sell those shares immediately, hoping for Tesla to drop, and then he would have been able to obtain a very important profit if that were the situation. But that isn't the situation. Burry didn't invest $80 million against Tesla. He didn't short Tesla the traditional way, investing or purchasing $83 million worth of Tesla stock. He only purchased, we don't know how many put options, we don't know the strike price, we don't know the expiration date. So I did some math, and I think that he put $500,000 against Tesla, which for Michael Burry, that's a drop of water in the sea. But however, he was mistaken. Most likely, unless those puts expire, I don't know, in 2022 or 2023, and maybe Those puts are out of the money as of now, but maybe if Tesla drops next year, then those puts might go in the money. We don't know about that, but as of now, I am sure that he's under some sort of pressure with his Tesla's short position. So good luck with that, Mr. Burry. You're gonna need it. Okay, Roku. Roku broke even today, guys. No, it went down a bit, 0.09%, and it closed today's trading session at $328.92. And guys, the bulls of Roku are struggling at this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Let me zoom in here and take a look, guys, at how they weren't able to burst above this moving average, this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So I'm thinking, guys, and since the relative strength index of Roku is at 61 points, very but very healthy from a technical standpoint, that if tomorrow I start to see the bulls of Roku consolidating slightly above $328, which happens to be a former area of support back from mid-June and also back from early April. So I think that that might be a sign that the bulls of Roku are gathering momentum in order to take on this moving average, this 180 SMA, and then fill this gap up to $374. $374 is a previous area of resistance back from late August and also back from April 27. And at the same time, we are also talking about a former area of support back from late February. So I'm thinking, guys, that Roku could be a momentum trade once we confirm that the bulls were able to take on this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So let's say that we purchase shares of Roku at $331, and if we sell out of those shares at $373, we are looking at an 11% profit. This would be a very but very nice momentum trade. And mind you, guys, as of now, the stock of this company is trading 32% of its highs. So I think that for any intents and purposes, this is a very compelling price in order to pick up some shares of Roku. So watch out for ticker symbol ROKU starting to consolidate slightly above $328. And now let's go ahead and take a look at, it hurts when we talk, or when I talk about Romeo Power. Jeez, guys, this is such a sad story, huh? So Romeo, ticker symbol RMO, went down today 4.85%, and it closed today's trading session at, it went down 1.82%, and it closed today's trading session at $4.85. And take a look at this, guys. So Romeo hit all-time high. This was back on February 8th at $20. And as of now, the stock of this company is trading 76% of the high. Jeez. So if we were absolutely sure, because this company is still at a speculative stage, if we were absolutely sure that this company is going to kill it later on down the road, this would be the perfect moment in order to load up on Romeo Power. So I think that maybe Romeo, I need to zoom in much more. So $4.90, guys, is an important area of previous support for Roku that already acted as such back on September 29, and it also did it on several occasions between August and September. So, and since Romeo Power closed today's trading session at $4.85. So the stock of this company is right below an important area of previous support that now is acting as a new resistance. Let's say $4.90 or $5 for argument's sake. And check this out, guys, because we have the two moving averages coinciding with the current price action of Romeo Power. And in the case of the 180 SMA and the 4-hour chart, it is sitting right at $4.90. So I'm thinking, guys, that if tomorrow or in the course of the upcoming days, the bulls of Romeo Power can take on $5 on good volume and momentum, they are going to be bursting above the previous area of support that I just told you at $4.90, and at the same time they are going to be bursting above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So if that were to happen, guys, I think that we could see a shift in momentum, in which case Romeo Power has two gaps to be filled or to fill. The first one up to $5.66, which would imply a profit from $4.90 of almost 12%. Needless to say, if Romeo can fill the other gap up to $6.70, in which case we could make a 26% profit. So, and despite the fact that in technical terms, the technical chart of Romeo Power looks awful, horrible, we need to keep a close watch on the stock of this company, because we might make the case that Romeo is starting to reverse this horrible downtrend that we have seen in the last few months. And when it comes to $6.76, the price that I am telling you that might be a very ambitious price target in order to close a trade with Romeo Power, we are talking about a former area of support that acted as such on many occasions between July and August. So watch out for Romeo Power. Don't sleep on the stock of this company, because I think that if the bulls can burst above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart and at the same time can take on $5, momentum could be kicking in. And the last stock of this video, it isn't a stock, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano. And in the case of Cardano, guys, this is one of the this is for the most part the only cryptocurrency that as of now is in a buy zone, because Bitcoin is approaching $60,000. It is a bit overextended. Ethereum is trading as of now above 3,600. So, and you guys know that I am a bull. I am long ETH and Bitcoin, but I wouldn't start a short-term trade when it comes to BTC. Maybe Doge. Doge is getting closer to 20 cents. I think that 20 cents is a very attractive area in order to pick up some Doge. But in the case of Cardano, guys, I think that $2.06, obviously take into account that Cardano is trading as of now at $2.16. So in technical terms, guys, and if Cardano happens to pay a visit down to $2.06, that is going to be an area in which I am going to be very likely to pick up some Cardano in order to take a swing trade. So take a look at how Cardano, guys, hasn't done much since mid-September. For the most part, Cardano has been trading inside this horizontal channel without bursting above $2.46 and without breaking $2.06 to the downside. So we are very likely to see two possible outcomes in the upcoming days. Either Cardano pays a visit down to $2.06, finds a good support over there and then bounces back up, or maybe Cardano could, if Cardano happens to break this lower line of this horizontal channel at $2.06, which happens to be an area that coincides with a former area of support that already acted as such for Cardano back on October 12th and also back on September 24th. So if that area of lower support happens to be broken to the downside, then the next foreseeable support for ADA would be at $1.90, guys. $1.90 is a previous area of support back from September 21st. So I think that both areas, guys, $2.04 and $1.90, are very attractive areas in order to pick up some ADA. So this would be a possible scenario, okay? ADA pulling back, paying a visit to $2.04, maybe bouncing back up, or maybe breaking this support to the downside, and maybe paying a visit down to $1.91. However, we also have a bullish outcome. What happens if ADA can burst above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart? Then I think that this cryptocurrency has a first chance of filling this gap up to $2.45, which happens to be the upper line of this horizontal channel, in which Cardano has been trading since mid-September, but we are also talking about an area in which Cardano failed back on September 25th. So in my case, guys, I think that I might be able to start a position on Cardano if I happen to see it bursting above $2.23, and by doing so, bursting above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Or, needless to say, if this cryptocurrency happens to pay a visit down to $2.06, I am going to be a buyer, no doubt about it. And in terms of investing at a long term on ADA, as of now, this crypto, guys, is trading 30% of the highs. That's what I'm telling you. Bitcoin must be trading as of now something like 10% of its highs or 12%. And in the case of ETH, it must be trading, I think that, I don't know, 12% or 15%, best case scenario. And in the case of ADA, we have a discount as of now. In the case of a cryptocurrency that, in my opinion, has a bright future ahead of itself. And with Cardano, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well. So you can pick your preferred language, but most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys next Monday, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.